Welcome back to the Arctic Den. Today we are playing a visual novel, and I am not saying this name out loud. Let's get into it. My best friend in my middle school days committed Hooster Bath. In our former alumni group chat, a classmate who went to the same school as she told us the news. The high school said it was best to keep it quiet, but she still wanted us to know about it. Word from the classmate that she arrived at the building at 6 in the morning, then leaped from the bathroom window on the top floor. Ooh. The teacher who came to school in the morning found the body. The police car drove into the school early in the morning, and their teacher told them a student had jumped off. Below the message, she included a photo of the school's asphalt road, with a dark red puddle of blood. Someone said her head was crushed. The photo was then overlaid with terrible OMG RIP messages for many people. That's not the right... If there's a picture of someone dead online and someone posted RIP it as a comment, I would be very mad. Alright. Seems like we have choices. Let's stop checking my phone. I could no longer see it. I put my phone aside for a while. My body trembled and my heart was beating fast. I could still hear my phone vibrating when I received a new DM. I had my phone under the covers. I knew more than they did. When I received the news, I was too surprised to react. My hands trembled so much I could barely hold anything. But in the back of my mind, I had some kind of secret feeling of foreboding and fear. It was as if I knew why she'd chosen to follow this path. What did you do? I was not that scared. Even though death was far away and it came so suddenly, I did not feel afraid of it. Rather than a sense of fear, I was more puzzled and surprised. I wanted to know why she had chosen death. Even though my premonition said the events had something to do with me, I wanted to go out after the answer because she was my best friend. A demon lived in my heart, and it said to me if I paid more attention to Masumi or if I treated her better, she might not have committed suicide. Don't listen to demons. Especially if they're speaking to you. I was one of the killers of... What? What did you do? Eku Masumi was my best friend in middle school. We used to be inseparable. We met on the first day of middle school, and then we were assigned to sit together. We both joined the literature club. Ah, yes. Did you go Doki Doki? Forgive me, that was horrible. After class, we'd stay in school. We'd walk around the playground while chatting about the day's lessons, the new anime, our parents and classmates, and the upcoming exams. When we were on summer vacation, we'd go out together and go to the beach. We'd go shopping for dresses and go to the movies. Masumi? Sakura-san talked to me today. I heard he's running for president of the student council, but I don't think he came to talk to me just to canvass for votes. We had a nice chat. Most of all, he's so handsome, especially his eyes. But all men are the same in my eyes. On the contrary, Misako, have you had a crush on Sakura? Is this us? I sometimes tried to talk to Masumi about male celebrities with the boys around me, but she was not interested in such topics. She was always cool and on the surface indifferent to all handsome men. Well, of course not, I just have an interest in him being good friends. I wanted to be friends with him. Masumi looked at me with a cool and slightly teasing smile. What kind of friend? A friend who walks together, or a friend like the two of us? What do you mean? You know, eating together, getting out of school together, staying over on the weekends. Bummer, that's so bad-hearted. Besides, whatever. While I was snickering towards Masumi, a soccer ball suddenly flew towards us and hit me right in the head. Ouch, that hurt. I rubbed my head and looked across the field. A group of male students was playing soccer. I heard them yell sorry. Masumi bit her lip and glanced at me. Then she looked at the two guys. The guy was running ahead of us, raised his hand with a smile. Masumi ignored him, took a glance at the soccer ball, lifted her foot and kicked the soccer ball violently, sending it high into the air. The two male students tilted their head in stunned exclamation, then turned around awkwardly to chase the soccer ball. And Masumi stood up and turned around. She looked unapproachable and seemed angry. I froze a little. Is this... Man, I feel like I already forgot the main person's name. You okay? Are you hurt? It's fine, it was just a touch. The impact wasn't very strong. Masumi seems a bit strange. She was worried about me, which I appreciate, but she seemed to be overdoing it a bit. I feel like if we choose all the number 2 options, bad things will happen. I lost the patience to reply one by one. It was like I was living in a dream that was so close to reality and I didn't know what to do next. After all, our families had been in touch quite a lot. We'd gone out to dinner together. Both families knew each other well. Masumi's parents are both college professors. So we were a normal lady? And Masumi is the weird one? What? Masumi sometimes struggled with details. This may have been inherited from their parents. She could not stand her nails not being clean and always cut them short and neat. She always polished her shoes and sneakers and checked her hair. Masumi is also rebellious in the definition of the elders around us. She secretly pierced her own ears and nose studs, changed her school uniform skirt, and one day showed me an intersection of her hair that she had secretly dyed with blue hair dye. One time she smuggled a military dagger to school. Oh no. She also told me a lot of stories about how she secretly broke the rules and he got yelled at by her very conservative parents. Of course, I just thought she was cool. Our parents warned us to go to school, take exams, go to college, get a decent job, marry a decent person, and start a family. Not everybody wants to have a family. I see. I thought they were right. As much as I hated to admit it, those people had their reasons for doing what they did. As I grew up, I learned to gradually compromise with reality. When I was little, I could do all the things I wanted to do, but as I grew up, I had to sacrifice momentary pleasures for the greater good. There is no greater good. Our social environment was like that. It punished people who did not go by the rules. I feared the punishment. Masumi told me her grandfather was a stubborn, short-tempered person, and her father was raised by a grandfather to be humble and gentle, but scary when he was angry. However, as her friend, I was treated kindly by her parents. When I went to Masumi's house to wait for her to come down to go to the mall with me, Mr. Yaku would smile and ask if I wanted to go in and sit and wait. When we finished our day of sightseeing, Masumi's dad would drive to pick us up and gave me a special ride home. We had a very good impression of our parents. What, honey? How is it? Is it really Masumi? How sad her parents must be. Yeah. My mother came out of the kitchen without untying her apron, showing her astonishment with a spatula in her hand. Misako, do you know what happened? I wish I knew. I said this, but then I had an uncomfortable feeling that I was lying. Yeah, I wished I knew what was crushing Masumi. All the truth would be acceptable to me, as long as the reason was not me. My father looked at me worriedly. Mom came over and gave me a hug. You shouldn't be too sad. Masumi would have wanted you not to be sad too. Really? If Masumi were alive in heaven, would she want me to go on with my life as well? No, she's probably dead. When will she turn herself into a lifelong trauma that cannot be erased by somebody significant to her? What? One day during the summer vacation, in third year of middle school, a call popped up from Masumi. Masumi rarely called me at this time. Hello, is this Masumi? What's up? The person on the other side of the phone seemed to be outside. I asked again, and only then Masumi's somewhat scratchy voice come from the other side. Well, Misako, is it convenient for you to go out now? Now? I want to talk to you. We jumped off the bed because Masumi sounded upset. Good, where are you? Let me see. I seem to be walking alone to the park near your house. It's cold outside, so wear more clothes when you go out. No problem. See you there. I have a feeling Masumi liked you. But because you wouldn't rebel with her, you pushed her to death or something? I took off my housecoat, redressed, put on my jacket, grabbed my other jacket by the way, and ran out the door. Where are you going? Masumi's looking for me. I should be back soon. Why is that child looking for you at this time? Be safe on the road. I grabbed the extra jacket and ran out before my mom could stop me. Wow, this is a nice looking park. It's boring. Like my soul. Is your face alright? She looks like she was hit. It's fine, it doesn't hurt anymore. Thank you, Misako. So was Masumi bullied by her family? Oh, I'm sorry. We sat side by side on the swings. Concerned, I asked if her family hit her on the face. I already knew they would not support me. They were always so dogmatic and conservative. But that's me. I mean, I can imagine something like this coming up, but they're my parents. Shouldn't they realize what I am? She was probably gay. And it's very normal for conservative parents to like want to kill their kids or something. I'm not too sure. I'm in so much pain, Misako. You'll always be there for me? We weren't there for her. Yeah. Yeah. This is bad. I looked out the window at the sky. The sky was gray and it looked like it was going to rain. My memories of Masumi filled my brain with the news of her death. I'd never experienced the death of someone my own age. I touched my throat. Suddenly, I had a very strong awareness that I was breathing. I was alive and Masumi was now lying in a cold morgue. I stared out the window at the road below. It was higher than the ground. My palms began to sweat, knees weak, arms are heavy. It was horrible. I breathed heavily and immediately moved away from the window. I could not understand what I was feeling at this moment. Regret, anger, something like that. I was sad, but I couldn't shed any tears. Because some kind of gloomy, demonic voice was echoing in my head. A strange feeling reverberated through my mind as I recalled the moments we had spent together. Or maybe I knew in a sense, but I didn't want to think in that direction. Well, it is your fault. You just didn't tell her you didn't like her. I could not find a plausible reason. I had no way to... I did not know why I did not open my mouth. Maybe that was what Masumi wanted. She wanted me to pretend like I did not notice. So I did not say anything. I hoped Masumi would tell me herself someday, or never tell me. When I realized that, everything was simple. We were each other's best friends. Friends who talked about everything, and I thought time would go on like that. Only things did not work out that way. A day after we graduated from middle school, Masumi came to my house and we had dinner. Hey Masumi, I have great news I wanted to share with you. Sakura-san came to me after the closing ceremony, and I agreed to go out with him. This was the trigger, wasn't it? Congratulations, Misako. You seem unhappy. Misako frowned as she turned her head wordlessly to the other side. I thought that maybe Masumi was also in love with him. You don't want to be with Sakura-san? I don't want to. I want you and I to be together the whole time, Misako. Just because I have a boyfriend doesn't mean we're not friends anymore. Yeah. It's heavily implied. You don't understand, Misako. I looked at her in dismay at the moment. I realized Masumi was looking at me with a strange expression in her eyes. That look was way deeper than I thought of as friendship. You're kidding. I heard myself whispering and chuckling. I shivered, not knowing what to say. Masumi always looked at me with a wounded look. My sudden indifference had stung her. I felt a twinge of remorse for hurting her. Masako? That night was unbearably dull. Misumi also seemed to realize she had lost control and said something she shouldn't have. And she was silent, even if she would do the things for me in a somewhat curt manner. Masako, I put the drink cup in the sink. Do you still need a snack? I'm leaving. Bye. I did not want to break her heart, so I could not say no straight away. But I could not continue to see her as a mere friend either. I was afraid, but I didn't know what I was afraid of. Probably the demon speaking in your head. 'Cause you apparently hear voices. She used to be my best friend until she told me she didn't see me as a friend. I stopped accepting her invitations. I wanted to avoid her, but I missed her. I just wanted to get back to the Yaku Misumi who did not tell me how she was feeling. You know, you really reacted to this situation in a horrible way. Man, there are better ways than just cutting off contact with someone. I did not want to see her alone, and I didn't want to share anything with her alone anymore. I avoided Misumi, and a different high school made it easier. After a few months, she stopped sending me messages, and I stopped thinking about her as often. I went to high school and had new friends. And then, she died. I unlocked my phone and constantly slid down to the bottom of the message list. The last message was a few months ago, was Happy New Year. The next message above was me wishing her a happy birthday. Further up the list were other holidays. Even higher was a brief chat we had after moving to a new school. At the time, we did not talk about the things we ended up disagreeing about, but just about our new lives. We talked a lot and had fun. I felt like I missed the time we spent together. However, after that, I did not reply to her messages in a serious way for a long time again. I did not know how her life had changed to the point that she chose to end her life. But ever since I heard the news, I felt regret in my heart. Fear overshadowed sadness. Why did I still fear the fear that came from nowhere covering my grief? Because it's your fault. My mind still replayed the bloodied photo I had seen. I was afraid of the dead Misumi, and I felt indebted. I feared that she would come to me in another form and ask me why I treated her coldly at that time. After my relationship with her had faded, I put away all the gifts she'd given displayed in my room. I reopened the bag. There were flower-shaped candles, soaps, crystal balls, small baskets, pretty ear clips, and a furry cell phone chain. Underneath the bag were various greeting cards. I took out each card. Some had flowers on the cover, some had small animals. Others would open and play a song or pop up a new piece of paper. Keep them. Yes. We're choosing the second option all the way through. If it weren't for the contents, I would have forgotten that we were so close, that we treated each other as people. You could share everything. Misumi and I shouldn't have ended up like this. It's your fault. Opened my eyes and found myself lying in a peaceful white space. Flashback? It's been a while. Masako, how have you been? Misumi, you. I somberly knew Misumi had gone to another world. I'm really sorry. Now that the incident seems so insignificant, Misumi was herself. I want to apologize too. Maybe I shouldn't have said that on the spur of the moment. I thought you hated me because I said something capricious like that. I'm sorry, Masako. I could not control myself. I cheated on you and took advantage of our friendship. No, I heard you, Misumi. I heard what you said. That was your important feelings. I'm so miserable. I hate myself so much. I'm so happy you hadn't forgotten me all this time. Masumi's voice made my heart ache violently along with tears. Well, you were friends. It turned out I'd never forgotten Misumi. How could it be possible to forget? The 3 years we spent together in middle school, everything was a memory that belonged to both of us. They could have erased and would not have changed, and taken away by the passage of time and her tragic death. In my heart, Masumi will always be my best friend. Yes. Masumi. Is Masumi, no matter how you are, I will always be your friend. Okay, so we didn't die. Opened my eyes and found myself lying in bed, sleeping until dawn. I climbed up to look out the window. I thought of Masumi in reality and Masumi in the dream. I'd like to believe that the dream was Masumi's way of saying goodbye to me. When I think of her, my heart is still surrounded by heavy grief. I'll remember the little moments we spent together. Moreover, I understood her feelings better. I did not want the same thing to continue to happen. The prejudice against homosexual love killed my best friend. Well, yes, that is why she died. Because you shouldn't hate anybody, even if you don't agree with it. There is always the middle ground between hate and acceptance. End 2. I think we got the good ending. So we're just gonna roll with that. Now these kind of games are very interesting. I did not expect the ending. I didn't expect to get that ending. I totally expected we were gonna kill ourselves. Just being honest here. I said I don't support a lot of things, but I don't support the hatred of anybody. But I'm also celibate, so I don't need anybody. Thank you for playing. So this was made in 2022. Not bad. Not bad at all. If you guys have enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. As always, goodbye.